Not necessarily a data type, but more of a permanent variable. Constants are a major part of the PHP language. Constants are just like variables, case sensitive, but don't require a $sign as a prefix. This can be very useful to us when we need to create singular, unchanging data references for our application. On top of the ability to create custom constants, PHP has several built-in constants that we may reference. Let's look at how these work. Another part of arrays that we really need to understand is associative arrays. So far, the arrays you've looked at have all had keys or indexes based off of a numerical value. So 0, 1, 2, so zero-based indexes. That's great if we're just going to roll through all the values or we know what things are based off of an integer value. But associative arrays allow us to use a string as a key. So let's take our iColor example a little bit further and see what an associative array can do for us in regards to making our code easier to use. So let's take a look at associative arrays by expanding our iColors example. Let's scroll down to our little area here. I'm actually going to get rid of this one and then just clean up a little bit here. Don't need that. And we'll actually get rid of all this. Okay, so here we have our standard array for iColors. Now, in order to make this a little more readable, I'm going to actually jump it down a couple of lines here. So we'll go down here and just give us some more space to work with, make it easier to view. Okay, I'm going to print R, this array, iColors. And let's see what this looks like when we preview it. Okay, just as before, it is a zero-based numerical index array, or a simple array. 0 is blue, 1 is green, and 2 is brown. So let's make this easier to read, easier to access, by actually assigning a key to each one of these using a string. Switch back over to our code, and the way we're going to do that is start with a new string right in front of it, then follow that by an equal sign and then a greater than symbol. So this will say whatever this is will be our key for this value. So the key for this one, let's say we'll use names. So Chris, and his iColor is blue, and then we'll do it a couple more times. So we have a string here, and then we have our assignment, which is the equal sign with the greater than symbol. And then let's say Tom. Okay, and then we'll do it one more time. And Jim. All right, so let's save that, go back over to our preview, and see what it looks like when we print R, an associative array. Okay, so here we have Chris is our key, and his value is blue. Tom is a key, and his value is green. And Jim is a key, and his value is brown. Well, what if we want to access just one of those? That's where the readability and power of associative arrays really comes out. Let's switch back over, and we're going to say we want to only echo one of the iColors. So we'll do an echo just like before, and then we'll say iColors. Then same square bracket access, except here, instead of entering a numerical value like 0, we're going to enter in the string, so Chris. Let's see what this returns to us. Should return blue. And it does. So now we have a way, if we switch to our code, to say, hey, I want to know Chris's iColor. So we'll just say iColor of Chris. If we wanted to know Jim's, we'll say Jim. Save it, refresh, and now it's brown. Okay, so that's how we access. Now what about modification? Exactly the same way we've done it before. So we're going to say directly underneath here, we're going to change the iColor of Jim to green. So iColor, and then square brackets, our key, which our key is going to be Jim. And now his new iColor value, which will be the string for, instead of brown, we'll say his eyes are green. We'll save that, switch back over and refresh. And now when we access it, it says green. So this is how we would modify a value. So here we're taking the iColor array, and then we're taking the key Jim, and we're assigning the new string of green. Let's do it for one more person. I'm actually going to copy the whole line, and then I'm going to paste it in. And let's change Tom. Tom has brown eyes. All right, and to see that that's changed, we're going to need to echo his eye colors. So we'll actually go down here and say Tom. All right, so Toms are brown. Great. Let's say we wanted to add a new person to this. So we wanted to add a new value to our array. The way we're going to do that is by stating the array itself. So we'll go eye colors. Okay, and instead of in the previous example where we just left this blank to assign a new numerical index, we'll actually give it a name. So let's say Chuck. And then Chuck also has blue eyes. Close it with a semicolon, and instead of echoing just one person's eye colors, we'll actually go down here and print R, the whole array again. Okay, save that, switch back over, and look at it in our preview. So now, in our first example, we had 3 people with blue, green, and brown as their values. Now we have 4 people, so still the original 3, Chris, Tom, and Jim, but now we've added Chuck, a 4th person. We also see the modifications we made to the eye colors of Tom and Jim. So that should give you a good understanding of how we use arrays, or associative arrays in this case, in code.